So first exercise is by far my favorite exercise, and that is hammer curls. Because it hits the long head of your bicep and it also hits your forearms, you can use a heavy amount of weight and you can use proper form as well while doing like a heavier weight than just regular curls. For me, I like to find it a good median, which is right to my anterior delt. I found out that I feel the most muscle activation in my bicep and my forearm as well. So this is kind of like a 2-in-1, because who doesn't want big biceps and forearms? And one of the key things that I found that helped me definitely increase that mind muscle connection is staying retracted throughout the movement. So a lot of people, when you see them doing their hammer curls, they'll be leaning forward and swaying a lot, doing a lot of cheating and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with a little body English at all, as long as you're not, using your lower back. So it's not a huge deal, but for me personally, I found out when my form got stricter, I definitely felt more muscle activation and I definitely saw more gains in the long run. So stay retracted and curl the top of the dumbbell straight to your anterior delt and focus on that mind muscle connection. And for me, I found out that this exercise works with low reps and high reps. It doesn't really matter. I know it's high reps, you definitely start feeling the forearm burn, and it gets pretty intense, especially when you get to that 15 to 20 rep range. But understand you can grow throughout all the rep ranges, and just make sure you're slowly, progressively overloading the muscle. Second exercise, and understand that your forearm is built between a ton of flexor and extensor muscles, which is what we're going to be hitting in this video. So my second exercise is going to be behind the back wrist curls. And the reason I really like this exercise is because it helps isolate your forearms. I notice sitting on a bench, a lot of people do the barbell sitting on the bench where they do these curls. I feel like there's not a lot of range of motion and there's a lot of room for cheating. When you do it behind the back, you get a nice isolation and it just feels really good. So even for that, you can roll it down all the way down to your fingertips and curl it all the way up. Also for this exercise, because it's an isolation type exercise, I would recommend high reps, so anything between 10, 15, and 20 reps. So for the third exercise, this is going to be a two-part exercise, and this is going to be by far the best exercise to 1, strengthen your grip, and 2 is probably the most applicable exercise to real life. 1, farmer's walks, and 2 is going to be weight static holds. Now for farmer's walks, we've all seen people do these. Just grab a bunch of heavy dumbbells, set out a distance, so 20 steps down, 20 steps back. You can even go for a time, just walk around in a circle until you hit 30 seconds. That's probably a good way to do it if you have a partner, or just down and back. Will it help strengthen your grip and your forearms, but it'll help strengthen your shoulders, your core, your glutes, your traps, just your entire body, even your calves, because you have to walk. And for the second exercise, it's going to be static weight holds. This is an exercise I actually learned in wrestling. So basically you want to grab the weight, pinch it, and you can do the same thing. You can take a walk or you can just stand there and hold it. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to take a walk because, walking helps take your mind off the pain that your hand is going through while you're pinching that